Hello everyone, it's Armstrong here from Other Miniatures, and today we are converting this teeny weeny. Yeah, it's a car that I got in the latest lot, and I was just like, what are they gonna do? I have no idea for a build, and I picked this. Yeah. So there you go. Let me actually just put the light on because it feels a little bit dark over here. Hello everyone, it's Armstrong here from Other Miniatures, and today we're gonna be converting this little thinny winny here. Yeah, this is drift brake. It's I guess a fantasy car, not really a real thing that exists, but it looks cool. Yeah, it is orange, which straight away I appreciate. You know, somebody put the car in the orange. What we're gonna do? We're not gonna be stripping this because there's no point. I want to keep that orange. I'm okay with all of those decals in here, but we need to give it some oomph. So we need to give it some fuel, and we need to give it some other stuff that I haven't decided on yet. We need to give it a gun. I was thinking about a flare launcher and maybe some rams and stuff like that, you know. So we have quite few options in here to build this out into something a little bit different than what it is right now. So I did have two of those canisters somewhere prepared for this build, and then obviously I have to go to Dublin and I just toss it anywhere. I found the second one. And we have the gun ready. This is like this, you know, proper machine gun. It feels a little bit bendy, but whatever. And then I have this giant shield from Ogrins. And I think that we can cut it into size and use it as our both tombstone and the front ram. Yeah. So that's the idea for this. So let's just start actually building it, because there's no much of thinking in here. Oh, sorry, I'm just thirsty all the time right now. But let's get to building. So first of all, I want the gun on the passenger side sitting on the roof. There was like a little bit of something here, but I remove it before even started the video. So you're gonna just toss it in here, and that's our main firepower. Yeah. Then of course I want to add those two canisters, and I want to just add them in here. They're just gonna be on the roof, making it look a little bit more interesting. I wouldn't say it is a lot more interesting, but it just adds some sort of a interest, something different than the original build. And of course it's going to be only attached to the little rails on the roof, so we can do this. Then I already have my fingerprints on the car, so let's just try to clean it up. Worst case scenario, we're going to have some scuffing on the paint job. Now we can actually use this to armor the front window. Come on. I was bending into the shape so much, but it just bended way too much. Oh, but that's happened. What to do? Just a little bit. I need to cut it under the angle a little bit. I'll say roughly about this much on both sides. It's not a massive amount. This needs a little bit more, and then the other side as well. And then we are hoping for the best. Expect that it's gonna try to go out, because I was bending this so much that I probably forgot its own shape. Oh, for the love of me. As you can see, I'm fairly clumsy today. Yeah, just nothing is working for me. It's just one of those days. Okay, that's our front armor. I think that I need to move the camera a little bit because I'm just constantly here. Alright, now, do I want to put like a treasure chest on top? I'm gonna be honest, just for a shit and shiggles, it's a good idea, yeah? This is something that I made ages ago that I wanted to cast and I never actually made mold for it. Worst case scenario, if I'm gonna want to make a mold one day, I can tear it out and put it back. And of course, the super glue is nowhere to be seen. It doesn't touch where it's supposed to, so let's try to do the usual thing. Overcompensating. There we go. It is very top heavy right now. And where do I have... That's what I get for cleaning my stuff up. Now I don't know where I have my little fancy saw. I have the other one, but it's not as fancy. What we're gonna do, we're gonna cut the shield in here, here, and then in here. So we're gonna have it in 4 pieces. And so let's just try that. This is the most entertaining part of this video, so please stay tuned. And we can probably... Oh, it's such a thick plastic, it is hard to snap. But it will snap. And then of course we're gonna need to clean this up in here. It's not perfect. I'm gonna be honest, I think that I'm losing my eyesight and my glasses are not working as well as they used to, so I'm gonna have to change them. And we can put this in the front, yeah, so it's gonna have a little bit of a scoop as well. We can put it upside down. I think with upside down gonna work actually better. Yeah, so let's try that. If you hear like shouts and stuff like that, there is a circus just outside of my window. And I'm not messing around, it is an actual circus. Yeah? So we have the frontal ramp, and now we need to extract the tombstone. And that's gonna be our tombstone. So we're gonna go and cut this. Like I said, the most entertaining part of the video, cutting the plastics. Oh, come on, not deep enough, I guess. Or I'm not strong enough. It broke, okay. So I have one piece, now we need to cut this off, because if we leave it, it's gonna be a little bit too skirty. Although, I'm just thinking, if I can do it upside down, it's gonna work like some sort of a rampart maybe in here for the top. Yep, I'm gonna leave it like that. That's actually a good idea. You know, you have one idea and then it develops into something completely different. That's how I always work. Yeah, and this month, this upcoming month, we are actually going to be doing with the Diecast Mafia, we're going to be doing the drag truck or drag tractor. Yeah, if you are interested in joining us, yeah, please get your entry ready for the 15th. You know, you're probably going to be there before me. But yeah, it's a cool subject for this month. Yeah, it was proposed by me because I was just thinking what we can do that we didn't do before, and I don't remember that we ever did the drag tractors or drag trucks. and they are quite cool subject. Yeah, like I have no clue about the actual scene, but the subject is cool. And I'm thinking we can put this as an extra layer. Yeah, it has the Imperial Eagle, but no, we're gonna leave it off. And then I was thinking about this flare launcher. It is from like some sort of a 40k tank. But I'm gonna be honest, it just looks like I'm trying to add something to be busy on this car. So we're gonna leave it as it is. Yeah. I think it looks good as a, you know, kind of an all-rounder, a little bit of a drag car, a little bit of a space, you know, for your cargo. You have your tombstone, you have your ram, your main weapon, and fuel put under your giant treasure chest. I don't know about that, yeah, but for me it works. So I'm gonna be right back. I just need to put the undercoat on the pieces that I added. We're not gonna be painting the body. I like the body, and well, we're gonna probably have to paint this piece of glass because somehow I managed to get super glue on it, unless I just gonna scrape it off without damaging the plastic. Actually, it is good. We're gonna leave it, and then we can maybe do a little bit of weathering. Yes, I'm gonna be right back. And here we go. We have the details that I wanted painted in black. We can start dry brushing. It's showing something. Oh, I have my light off. Where is the little switch? There it is. So that should be better. Yeah. So you can see this leaves a little bit. I just try this again. It just feels like that's what I want, roughly. So just, you know, fairly heavy over brush in some places. It will mess up the paint. I had to be fairly deliberate about the painting of the black. I think that I managed. Of course, there is still a lot of pink showing up on this. What do you call it? Window armoring. But you know, if I go with everything, it would be. I would have to probably spray paint it before I glue it. So yeah. You know, I always love this effect of the dry brushing with metallics, and even with the chest and with the canisters, I don't plan to go anywhere other than just normal metallic dry brush, even though technically this chest is wooden. Okay, so that's our little dry brush done. And now let's just think if we can do any kind of weathering to this. Sorry, just move all of my stuff around, so I have no clue where they put anything. So it's more of a guessing game at this moment. That's what you get for trying to organize your desk. So we have a little bit of paint in here. I think that's what we're gonna need. I have this powder that I made from the chalk, yeah, well, pastels. And I have my layer troll orange. Not really gonna show up that much. This wouldn't really show up that much either. So I'm just thinking, you know, washes, but the washes do not really work for that. So maybe the bestial brown as our, you know, weathering, the dusting of this, yeah. And I think that that's it for the kind of a dirty colors, yeah. And I may use that orange to do the ram a little bit, and what do you call it, and the tombstone. Let's try it. I haven't used this orange for a while now, so it's tempting just, for fun of it. So of course I'm taking the worst brush I can imagine for this, because this is for me doing the rust effect, and I'm horrible at it, so I just give it a little bit of rust. Of course, because of the color of the car, it's gonna be all kind of mixing together. The chest may have a little bit of a rust as well. I don't really like to do rust on the guns, because I think that the driver, that would be one of the things that drivers would actually oil maniacally, if that's the right word for this kind of, obsessively. Oh, there we go, better word. Obsessively for their own cars, because you see this color, it's ever so slightly different than the original orange, so yeah, let's leave it. And now for our weathering, we're gonna try Bestial Brown, which I really do not use all that much, even though it is one of my old favorite colors, and I know why I don't use it all that much, because it is almost dead right now. Yeah, you can see it is very, very gloopy. I'm gonna have to water it down a little bit, and let's just see how dirty it is. So it is more for the mud bucket than anything else, but for this orange car it's gonna actually probably work a little bit. We can mask the decals on it thanks to this. Leave this open. We need to add some water and help it with the fluidity later on. And now let's hope that I don't want to drop everything. There we go. Yeah, and this is it. That's the car for today. It was a fairly easy build. Yeah, I enjoyed it, and it's gonna be added to my collection. Yeah, just gonna toss it in between the dozens of other cars. Yeah, so tell me what you think about this video. If you like it, please rate, comment, subscribe, and I'm actually doing a cleanup of my entire area, so hopefully I'm gonna find the charger for my spin table. And everyone have a great day and take care. Bye bye.